Hi besties, thought I'd come on and we could have a cup of tea together and a chat. Oh, can't see out my glasses. Right, I just wondered how you all got on with your Halloween celebrations. I was thinking about you. We had a fun time, we had a little family party. The children enjoyed it immensely. Passed the parcel and all kinds of other games. So that was a bit interesting for them. But I will admit I left early because I found myself feeling a little bit worse than wear, so I came home, so I didn't feel too grand. But apart from that, it was a lovely day and a lovely evening. So next, I guess we move on to, well, here in the UK, we move on to fireworks night, Guy Fawkes and all that. So that'll be the next thing over the weekend. Presumably we will have a lot of fireworks, and I'm sure there'll be lots of pets out there that won't be very happy about that, but it will happen. I don't know how you stop your pets from being frightened of fireworks. We just sit in the room with them, make sure the curtains are closed, make sure there's lights on so they don't see the flashing, keep the television on, and they seem to be okay. It's only if the fireworks are so late that it's been quiet for a few hours and then there's an enormous bang, then they get quite scared. But apart from that, they're okay. I know some people do go out and they buy tablets and that, or get tablets from the vet to calm their animal down. So whatever's easiest, I guess, for everybody. So anyway, and then of course the next one will be the dreaded Christmas. Yes, I have started thinking about it. I've got some bits, I'm quite pleased to say. When I've seen them, I've brought them, and that's about it. They're not wrapped, ain't that daft? Apart from one that is wrapped and sent, so yeah, I am that daft. That's a joke, okay? So anybody who's wrapped all their presents, I'm pulling your leg. Anyway, a friend of mine who I contact a lot and talk to a lot has found my Achilles heel. She has worked out that I'm a really avid fan of make-it kits and things like that. I do like a little bit of crafting. And she sent me a lovely little kit, and in this little box it had enough bits inside of it that you needed for making little elves. Well, yesterday I sat down in the evening and I watched a horror film. Enjoyed it immensely. I can only watch them during the day. But anyway, I enjoyed it immensely. And I thought to myself, well, I could sit here, don't waste your fingers just sitting here tapping them, get on and do something with it. So I did. So I opened the little box and I made these two little Christmassy elves. Oh, right across his face, look at that. You get everything you need in the pack. And I think they're tremendous. Well, anyway, I made them and I left them on my occasional table. And Poppy Emma, my 2-year-old, came up today and she said, I said, look what Grandma made for Christmas, Poppy Emma, to go on my little baby Christmas tree, which I will tell you about in a minute. And she said, oh, they're lovely, Grandma, they're beautiful. That's what she says, beautiful. So she picked them up, carried them around for a minute, and then we decided she had to go back to Mummy and she wanted to show Mummy these. So as we're walking down the road, I said to her, there's only two, walking down the road, so I said, oh, Poppy Emma, be careful with Grandma's birds. She looked at me as if I was stupid and said, they elves. They are elves, Grandma. So from now on, I have to remember not to call them birds. She's obviously got to that age where she's starting to tell the difference. But there you go, so I've got to be a bit careful. The reason I wanted them made up was because last year, I said to my son I'd seen this dinky little Christmas tree. Now I'm telling you it was this tiny. And I wanted one, a real one, that I could have because we haven't had a real Christmas tree for so long. So I thought to myself, if we buy a little one, each year I can bring it in till it outgrows its pot and then maybe plant it in the woods or take it to one of those places that are happy to plant them because it has got its roots because it was so tiny. Anyway, it came with all sparklies on it. And it had a few baubles and it had little cones and little lights intertwined on this wire. And we used it last year and we planted it out, only in a pot, a bigger pot. And it's still there, so I'm really pleased to say we can bring it back in again. But obviously, over this year, it has grown a couple of inches. So the little ornaments and little lights that I had on it, I'm not going to fill it up. It's going to look a bit sparse. So when my friend sent me these, I thought, yes, make them up. And they can go on the Christmas tree and fill up a gap. So that's what I'm doing. Yep. Do any of you girls out there have any favourite Christmas recipes that you use a lot? I have to admit, I don't. I'm a very traditional Christmas girl. The normal roast turkey and the bits. We have had goose in the past, and we have had chicken when times were that hard, but we've always had a roast. I do like to be quite traditional with most things. I'm a bit of a closet snob, even though I talk like a pauper. I do like a little bit of tradition, like a Christmas cake and a Christmas pudding and all those mince pies. I am traditional. I don't always eat them, but I like to have them in the house for guests. I was brought up by a mum who was a feeder. If you come to my mum's house, you're in the door, your bottom was just hovering over the seat before she said, cup of tea, sandwich. And that was how it was. She didn't quite talk like that, actually, but you know what I mean. She really was. And the whole of the time you was there, if you were there for breakfast, dinner, tea and supper, you were fed. And in between, if you wanted a slice of cake or some biscuits, you were fed. And that's the way she was. I've got to say, this year, I feel quite excited about Christmas, and I don't know why. I don't know if it's because the children, my grandchildren, that much older, so all of them understand what's going on. Before Poppy Emma, who's now 2, obviously was only 1, and she hadn't really got a concept of Christmas, apart from all these people visiting her house, bringing these presents, and her getting quite flustered because there were so many of them. But now they're all old enough, because we've got 13, 6, 4 and 2. So they all know what's going on. And my biggest kid is my 19-year-old Recia. She is terrible for Christmas, and funny enough, my other daughter, Kirsty, is the same. They love Christmas. They absolutely adore it. So the Christmas singing is already coming forth. We've had lots of Christmas songs, Christmas quotes, and I'm sure it won't be long before one of them starts putting the Christmas films on. So I've got to get in the spirit before that happens, or I might be a bit bah humbug. It's got to be done. It's got to be done. This is what you get for being a mum and a grandma. You've got to do these things. Or so I'm told. But anyway, I just wanted to come on and say that I love you all. And I hope you like the cup you had. Can you see I gave you a special robin-y, Christmassy, wintry type cup? Look. On the other side, turn it round, there's little church mice. And it says a year in the country. I hope you can see it. If not, I apologise. But anyway, I love you all. Have a fantastic day. Loving ya, loving ya, loving ya. Bye.